Hello everybody, my name is Pascal Noel and this is a tutorial video for the advanced video clip manager Clipbox. If you don't already own Clipbox, go to nohl.lu and download your copy for free. So here we go. Remember that Clipbox stores physical files in a Finder folder, but you should never change manually these files because Clipbox will lose contact to the files. The fingerprint will be unvalidated, the previews will not be correct, the similar search will not function, and so on. So does this mean that files are now locked in Clipbox? No, there are several ways to work with external editors, and we will see this in this tutorial video. We'll also see some other functions. So let's start with the folder menu here. The first item is Reveal File in Finder. By clicking on it, the Finder opens and shows us the file where it is. Again, never modify this file directly, but you can find its location here. To show you the next function, I manipulated the database. Let's first take a look at this little green movie icon here on the top. This icon is green when a movie is present, so if the database can connect to it. For these two movies, it is now red. These movies are not available to the database, so you can see that all the data is here, but the live preview does not work. For available files, the preview does work. This has to do with the way Clipbox handles files. If the files are, for example, on external disk and the disk is not connected, this icon is red and the file is not available. As you see, also when I click on available file, menus here are activated. When I click on a not available file, some menus are not available. So the next function in this menu here is Find Missing Files. By selecting it, Clipbox searches all the files that are not connected. Missing does only mean not connected to the database. So maybe they are simply on the drive that is not connected to the computer. I exit the search. So before taking a look at the next function, I want to show you what I manipulated. I saved the file I'm wrong into the media01 folder. So this file is in this folder but should not be there. So from Clipbox we can select Find Orphan Files, and we find files that are in our folders, in our media folders, but that should not be there. At the actual stage you can just play it if it's a movie, or you can move the file to another location, or move all the files, if you find more than one file, to another location. The next function in this menu is quite simple. It's Launch File. So it launches the file in your default media browser. By the way, you can also launch the file by clicking on the play triangle here. Or you can play it with another player by right-clicking or control-clicking on it and selecting the player you want to use to play this clip. Let's take a little jump from here to the Clipbox preferences. You see here the applications. Here are all the applications I can use to play files with. You can simply go here and say Add Application, select an application here and add it, or you can remove an application here with Remove Application. Clipbox does not automatically select the applications available for video playback. That allows me, for example, to also insert video editors and so on. And the worst case is that the player you selected tells you that it can play the file, but it gives you liberty. So let's take a look at the next function in this menu. it's copy, export to edit. This is a really important function. By selecting this, you can select a destination for your clip. Let's say a desktop, CB tutor, select. Export was successful. When I now go to my database folder, I see the clip here. It has been exported with its name shown in the database, and I can now modify this file with any external editor I want. The original file, this is a copy, the original file stays in the database and is unchanged. So once my file here is changed, I have two options. I can either copy it again to the database, drag it to the browser to import it, and as it is a changed file, it will have a different fingerprint and will be imported as a new file, so both files still exist. Or if I want to replace the original file here with the modified file, I go to my menu and say reintegrate modified clip. I browse to the location, select my modified clip and select. Now the clip will be re-imported and changed. If you have a modified file, the original file will be replaced, the previous use will be generated, the fingerprint will be changed, and so on. So to edit a file in Clipbox, always export it to edit and reintegrate it if you want to recreate it, or import it again as a new file. The next function is an easy one. It's rename clip. You simply can rename your clip here. To change the name, you can also simply click on the name of a selected movie and you will get the same dialog to change the name. Another function to rename files that actually is not visible in the menu is to mass rename files. To activate it, we have to select more than one file, and we select here mass rename selected clip. In this dialog, you can add a prefix to your file, or you can remove some parts of the name by typing, for example, 2021. You will remove 2021 from the name of the selected files. You can replace the file, let's say 2021 by 2022. In this case, every occurrence of 2021 will be replaced by 2022 in the selected files. Or you can rename the file. In Clipbox, it's possible to rename the file, several files with the same name, but it may be confusing. So it's a better idea to add a suffix to the name. This function is activated by default, but you can switch it off. So let's say I want to replace 2021 by 2022. Clipbox will show you a preview of the old names and the new names. So at this stage here you can decide to launch the change, to go back to the first dialog and select some other values, or to abort the action. The last function in this menu is Inject Selected Records into another database. This function allows you to inject the records into another database file and other media folders, but it's too complex for now, so we will see this later. We are now at the end of this tutorial, and in the next tutorial I will show you how to sort files in Clipbox.